Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for requesting this private session that I'm going to do with Lynnsey Robinson. So we we did the podcast a while back, and we're adding this private session as an awesome add-on for your listeners. And I'm excited to see what we're going to work through today. And I think you mentioned receiving might be a good thing to work on.
Yes.
So yeah, let's just dig into that a little bit. And then what we're going to do is just a basic tapping round on it. See what shifts, see what changes, see what we can open up and allow through just a few minutes of nervous system regulation.
Love it.
So the most important thing with EFT is realizing that it likes specificity. So
Mhm.
if we were just to generally tap on not feeling like you're able to receive or whatever that might be, we might get a little bit of a difference, but the more specific we can get, the better. Kind of like with manifesting and law of attraction and all of those kind of things. Only this is actually the science of working with the mind and the body also. So, when you think about your particular obstacles or challenges with receiving, what comes up for you?
Well, I think that the general, specifically general idea of maybe resistance to having, like, how do I say this? The need for control, the need
Okay.
for orchestrating the how,
Okay.
and kind of being able to let go of that and just remember that the universe has my back and everything's working out and all the pieces are being put in place and I'm never not making progress, if that makes sense.
Right. But it sounds like in your head, you're thinking, I'm not making progress.
In my head, there's never enough time. I never get enough done. you know, the to-do list goes on until I burn out, and that's no fun for anybody. Um, yeah, so it's that letting go of, like, you know what? It's enough. It's enough. It's enough. It's enough. And I'm fine. And everything's fine. And everything's good. You know? And then because we know that once you feel good, it starts to happen faster.
So, is
So
there maybe even a resistance to receiving the feeling of feeling good?
yeah, I'm sure there is. I'm sure of it. Um, it's, you know, a feeling of like, I think I said this to you before, like in the moments when I'm at ease, I always have a voice that's like, should I be worried that I'm not worried? Like, is it safe to not be concerned right
Well,
now?
it's a totally valid point, and it's totally also happening
Yeah.
because we talk a lot about the mind body connection. What we don't talk a lot about is the the mind body, like
Yeah.
the mind that is our body, and the way that it comes back and it actually battles our
Uh-huh.
brain when we
Yeah.
go to make a change. And this happens with people all the time, like, whether it's, I'm going to eat better, I'm going to start
Uh,
going to the gym, I'm going to, instill these new practices into my business so that I make more money this month or get more clients or whatever. And we feel really secure in it for a little bit. And we're like, oh, yeah, I've got my action steps and I'm ready to go. This feels good. I'm on my way. And then the mind of the body starts sending us signals because it's not comfortable. We've
yeah.
trained it to feel a different way.
We've
And
trained
now
it
all
for
of a
a
sudden,
specific for a specific level of uncomfortability. And anytime it goes outside of, because I'm uncomfortable, I think waiting for something or manifesting or moving into an expansive mode is uncomfortable. But
right,
also staying where you are and being not satisfied is uncomfortable. So we're
right.
already uncomfortable. It's just like a different shifting of
Yeah.
uncomfortability that our bodies are like, wait, this isn't the same uncomfortable that we agreed on.
Right. And it will try to talk you out of it.
yeah.
It'll try to talk you out of it. So it's
Oh
very much
gosh.
a real, like, chemical,
Yeah.
physical thing that's happening. It's
Yeah.
not just like, oh, was this just like, am I telling myself this or whatever? Yeah, your
Mm-hmm.
your body's trying to get you to change your mind because it doesn't
Yeah.
like the way that it feels. So, all right. So when you think about your own personal struggle or challenge with receiving, and you think about it as like a meter, a 0 to 10, kind of like how stressed or challenged are you by it right now, with 10 being like the most stressed or challenged and 0 being like, I'm good, I'm receiving all the things? Where do you feel like you are on that scale right now in this moment?
Right now.
Yeah, right now.
I'd say on in this moment, I'm probably at like a solid 6, maybe a 7.
Okay, good. That's something to work with. Does it go up from there?
In moments.
Okay.
when
I
I'm
wasn't
when
sure
I'm
if like on like a typical
on
for
the
you, that's
worst.
like a higher end, or
No,
if
no, the
that's
worst it gets is probably like an 8 or a 9, where I'm just like in like actual fight or flight. Like, oh my gosh, I have to do something right now, even though I don't. Nothing's changed, but it's just something that happens.
So I know we talked about the process of tapping a bit on the podcast episode. Now we're actually going to do it.
Love
So
it.
this is the fun part, and this is where we get to see what shifts and changes. Now, this isn't like I have a headache and then when we're done you don't have a headache. This
Right.
is receiving is a little bit more fluid, but you will be able to feel in your body whether or not your resistance to it has gone down. So
Yes.
that will be tangible and known when we're done. And then what you allow and receive from there is kind of that second part where it's like, oh, that was easier this time, or it feels different now. And that's where you kind of know that it's showing up. And I'm sure you experience similar stuff with hypnosis
I
and
call
stuff like that.
the hypnosis effect, the sneak attack, because people will you just go about your life until something comes up that has come up a lot in the past. And then you're just like, oh, I'm thinking about this a little differently. Oh, this
Yes,
doesn't feel so jagged now. Sneak attack. Very nice.
exactly. So it's always fun, we're used to
Yeah.
giving it out and you get to receive it now.
I
So
love it.
there's some receiving, right? It's happening already.
Right there. There you
Look at
go.
it.
Love
Very
it.
cool.
I'm
So
excited.
as we tap through this, just keep in the forefront of your mind the negative feelings that you have about receiving. I'm going to do my best to put it into words, and we're going to go like dark and negative. This isn't about like putting positive spin on things.
Yeah.
So we're going to root it out, and then we're going to like make it feel a little bit better.
I can tell
So,
you for sure, for me, it's the need to control and the need to, because I don't feel safe unless I'm controlling things. That I think is
okay.
the basic, if it helps.
Perfect. That's extra good information to have. Thank you. Now, for those of you who have requested this and are doing this along with us, feel free to change the words if that makes it suit you better. Because again, the more specific, the more on target, the better. And also know that if this isn't something that you feel like is a challenge for you, although I feel like I haven't really come across anybody that this isn't somewhat of a challenge for. If
in some area of your life.
Reach out. I'd like to talk to you.
Yeah. What's your secret?
Yeah, exactly. But if it doesn't align with you completely, you're still going to get a lowering of cortisol, a lowering of stress hormones, a lowering of resistance in other areas of your life. So it's going to make that easier. It's not like we're just applying this to that one area. We are going to super focus on that, but you're going to get great effects and results in all different areas that you didn't expect. That's called borrowed benefits. That's why a lot of times, like maybe you do have a headache and you're starting to do this round with us, and maybe we're going to tap on receiving, and at the end you're going to be like, where'd my headache go?
Yeah.
Borrowed benefits. Beautiful stuff. So we're just going to start on the side of the hand. This is called the karate chop point. I'm going to have you follow the leader with me.
So I do this. I need to ask, is this okay? Because I have this thing like symmetry. So I want to do both.
You can do this. You can do this. You can do this.
I just do karate chop both of them. I
always feel like this is like telling somebody off.
I know. This is not an insult, I promise.
But actually, I do like this one where you get to bang both sides of the karate chop point, but it makes no difference. One or the other, you can do like 5 taps here and 5 taps here if it makes you feel more balanced. I don't care. It all works. Even though I have this resistance to receiving.
Even though I have this resistance to receiving.
I want to control everything.
I want to control everything.
I don't just want it to show up.
I don't just want it to show up.
I honor the feeling and accept myself anyway.
I honor the feeling and accept myself anyway.
Oh, you're already getting a good deep sigh. All right. Even though I want to control the process.
Even though I want to control the process.
I don't want to just leave it up to the universe.
I don't want to just leave it up to the universe.
I'm open to the idea that maybe I can co-create.
I'm open to the idea that maybe I can co-create.
even though I have this resistance to receiving.
even though I have this resistance to receiving.
And I know I am kinking my own hose.
And I know I'm kinking my own hose.
I love, accept, and forgive myself.
I love, accept, and forgive myself.
All this resistance to receiving.
All this resistance to receiving.
It's supposed to be easy.
It's supposed to be easy.
And it feels really hard.
And it feels really hard.
There's never enough time.
There's never enough time.
My to-do list never gets done.
My to-do list never gets done.
I get burnout.
I get burnout.
I feel frazzled and stressed.
I feel frazzled and stressed.
It's never enough.
It's never enough.
And I want to control it all.
And I want to control it all.
I want to decide when and what I'm receiving.
I want to decide when and what I'm receiving.
How's that working for me?
How's that working for me?
I want to be the one that decides how this is going to happen.
I want to be the one that decides how this is going to happen.
It feels really unsafe handing this over to the universe.
It feels really unsafe handing this over to the universe.
And yet, deep down inside,
I
know that's how it's supposed to work.
I know that's how it's supposed to work.
But I'm just holding on to it all.
But I'm just holding on to it all.
I'm keeping it for myself.
I'm keeping it for myself.
I'm going to make it happen on my own.
I'm going to make it happen on my own.
I'm just going to push, 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 push.
Just going to push, 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 push.
That is working really well.
That's working really well. Can you use sarcasm?
Yeah, I love sarcasm.
Always.
I am getting great results.
I'm getting great results.
Never better.
Never better.
Why do I have this resistance to feeling good?
Why do I have this resistance to feeling good?
Why do I not feel safe handing this over to the universe?
Why do I not feel safe handing this over to the universe?
I know that it wants me to have what I want.
I know it wants me to have what I want.
And yet there's this mistrust.
And yet there's this mistrust.
Like I have to do it all on my own.
Like I have to do it all on my own.
Open to the idea that maybe it's not unsafe.
I'm open to the idea that maybe it's not unsafe.
And also, I thank my inner protector.
And I thank my inner protector
for trying to keep me safe.
For trying to keep me safe.
But I don't know that there's really any harm in co-collaborating with the universe.
But I don't know there's any harm in co-collaborating with the universe.
And I really don't think I can keep going about things the way that I've been doing it.
And I really don't think I can keep
going about
things the way I've been doing it.
Sorry, that was a little long.
I was also thinking, I don't want to keep going the way I've been going.
Great. And I don't want to. I'm tired of stressing myself out for a result that I'm not getting anyway.
I'm tired of stressing myself out for something I'm not getting anyway.
It's like all work and no play.
It's all work and no play.
What if I played a little more and worked a little less?
What if I played a little more and worked a little less?
That feels a little unsafe too.
That feels a little unsafe too.
But I'm open to the idea that maybe it's not unsafe.
But I'm open to the idea that maybe it's not unsafe.
Maybe it's exactly how I receive the things I've been wanting the most.
Maybe it's exactly how I receive the things I've been wanting the most.
It just doesn't feel normal because I'm not used to trusting it.
It just doesn't feel normal because I'm not used to trusting it.
With love,
Wait, where? What?
side of the thumb.
Okay. With love,
Compassion,
compassion,
side of this finger. Tolerance
tolerance,
and gratitude.
and gratitude.
I now forgive
I now forgive,
and I call my power back into my body.
and I call my power back into my body.
It's safe to work with the universe and receive my greatest desires.
It's safe for me to work with the universe and receive my greatest desires.
What's the worst case scenario anyway?
What's the worst case scenario anyway?
I just continue to do it this way.
I just continue to do it this way.
And I already know that doesn't work.
And I already know that doesn't work.
Back of the hand between the ring finger and the pinky. I'm willing to trust myself and the universe.
I'm willing to trust myself and the universe.
Let go of the reins a little bit.
Let go of the reins a little bit.
Surrender just a little bit of my control.
Surrender just a little bit of my control.
In the name of a better outcome.
In the name of a better outcome.
I am whole, complete, and powerful.
I am whole, complete, and powerful.
Nice deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And tell me what came up for you.
What came up for me? What do you mean? Like, what was I thinking about?
Yeah, what went through your head? What popped up? What resonated? What didn't? Just what?
Well, the parts that resonated the most, I think, were the last part I really liked, which was just a little bit of my control. It's easier for me to be like, yeah, I'll just let go of one of my strings, but I'm going to hold on to the rest of them for now.
Yeah.
And then we'll let go of another one later.
Yeah.
But I like I am somebody who, I don't use I am affirmations either because
Right.
my brain likes I am becoming more.
Right.
So taking a little bit at a time
So
is
doing a
easy
little
for
bit
me.
versus all of it, at least you're going to get there
Yeah.
versus goal trauma yourself out of it altogether.
Exactly. I really liked that. And I also really liked that it is how it's supposed to be. Like, that's how it's supposed to go. You're supposed to trust the universe, and the universe is going to, has always, I can think of 17 examples off the top of my head of when the universe created it so much better than I ever could have imagined. And yet, when you're in those moments, it's like, are you even listening? Do you know what I want? Do you know what I wanted? Because it's late. Like, you want to, I want to just micromanage everything, and that's not fun for anyone. And it leaves the universe no room to do its magic,
Yeah. I think there's like universe trauma also, like on top of like goal trauma sometimes. Because I know sometimes I'll ask for something, and if I'm not specific enough, for
Yeah.
instance, I kind of wanted a client to reschedule earlier today. And the way that I got the rescheduling to happen was I completely forgot when the appointment was and I didn't show up.
Yeah, that would be specificity
How
needed.
horrible is that? I felt awful. I don't even do that.
It doesn't happen. Yeah.
It was like on my written calendar, right? It was on my digital calendar, right? But in my head, I told myself it was an hour later than it was.
Interesting. So you still got what you wanted.
Yep.
Just not interesting.
Not exactly the way I would have wanted it to happen.
Yeah. The way
for me, I go, ooh, do I need to get more specific about the other things that I'm really like wanting, like the bigger things? Like,
how's that going to show up?
Leaving out a detail?
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
but I
it
know
definitely
it's not that complicated.
It definitely feels what I feel like I need the most is permission and re-permission and re-permission and re-permission to chill, because I'll get permission or I'll give myself permission. I'm like, yep, that's great. Cool. I'm going to chill. And then like the next day within 24 hours, I'm like, okay, I chilled.
Ooh,
Let's see it now. And it's like, nope, you got to chill
that
some
is a
more.
whole other round right there.
I know, I know.
Allowing
But
yourself to rest.
to rest, yes. But in this round as well, it is safe for me. What did you say? What did we say? It was like play more and work less. Like that for
Mm.
me is the kind of thing that's like, okay, I could do that for a
Yeah,
little
I know that's what
while.
I need, but I'm not willing to do it yet.
Mm. Well, I will do it, just not enough. I'll do it, but then it'll be like, okay, that's it.
Or maybe it's
Where's my
honoring,
stuff?
hey, I'm doing it and it is enough.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm going to keep trying and I'm going to do it some more.
Yes, yeah.
Just because I snuck back into work hard or struggle mode doesn't mean I can't slip back in to playful
Mm-hmm.
mode.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like
And
it's
it doesn't have
done.
to be a whole other process. It's just a reminder.
Yeah. Cool. So where do you feel like you are on that scale now?
Hold on, let me feel into my
Yeah,
mind
feel into
body.
your ability to receive, your ability to let one or more of those strings kind of go to the universe for some working on.
When I visualize it, one or more of the strings is easier than just giving a number. I will say when I'm visualizing the strings, I'm so weird. I'm so sorry.
I love it.
It probably goes to probably at like a 4 pushing 3.
Good.
Um,
We
so
have
that's
cut it in
good.
half.
Cut it in half. I don't know where it's going to be in 5 minutes, but
Well,
it's good for now.
that's not bad for 10 minutes that we spent on it.
That is not bad. No, it's great. It's
So what I
really
always
great.
say is that if I was working with somebody, like if we were doing like a real session right now, like a client session, now we would work with that part. We'd
Yeah.
work with the part that's left and we'd go from there. And,
Yeah.
by the end of that 60 minutes, you'd be at a zero. You'd be
Yeah.
like ready to receive. But that
Yeah.
was amazing work for 10 minutes. Thank you for, vulnerably sharing about your own control issues and receiving issues and things like that. Nobody ever finds that
Yeah.
like glamorous to be like, yeah, I'm a control freak and I don't want to let shit happen. But, we
Well,
all have that.
and incidentally,
I offer that.
vulnerability is another thing that I could tap on for days, but it's easier because I've guaranteed myself that if I'm feeling it, there is at least one other person on this planet
Yeah.
that's feeling it, and therefore we can
This is
be
going to help
together
people
in it.
transform and heal and grow. So thank
Yeah.
you. And for all of you that tapped along with us, please like shoot us an email. Shoot me an email.
Yeah.
Theresa at theresalearlevine.com. What's your email, Lynnsey?
Email. Shoot. Lynnsey Robinson, Lynnsey at lynnsey.robinson.com.
There we
Lynnsey
go.
at, but you'll have to spell it for them.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, so reach out. Let us know how it went. Let us know what came up for you. I'm always happy to like give you a next step or something to point you in the right direction. If you, like Lynnsey, still have something left. And yeah, have fun exploring some of the other sessions in this private sessions book as well and digging into what you can transform and change in your life.